Ko moehau te maunga ko tikapa te moana. Ko rauta ko te aroanga waka ko waiapū te awa. Ko Harataunga te marae ko ngāropi te wharekai. Ko Ngāti Porou ko tūhaurangi ngā iwi. Nā, ko te autanga amate te hapū. Ko Uenukukōpako ahau. I whānau au ki Harataunga, te taurua mano. Mea nui ki tōku māma kia whānau mai au I roto I tōna whenua. Before I was born, they were living in Auckland, so my 3 older brothers.
Kua mahia tō moenga tūterangi?
So they already had 3 kids, under 10, and my mum was sort of missing home.
Kia o mai tō tipuna e uenuku.
Well, this is our new boy, Charlie. My father-in-law gave him the Māori name of Uenukukōpako, which broadly means the end of the rainbow.
I was born at the Harataunga schoolhouse. It was very important for my mum to have me at home, and I think she was wanted to feel a bit more in touch with her Māoritanga.
It was everything that I hoped it would be. He came out in the water, and I caught him, and all that. Cut his cord in the pool. We had a swim for about 20 minutes before we got out. Yeah, no, it was beautiful.
Apparently it was a lot easier having me in a pool.
O koe rā te pōtiki ne, ka hahautia ne, te whakapapa o taku whāia. Ka hahautia, ana ka heke mai ki a koe.
My koro, he was adamant that my mum would marry a Māori.
First time I met Sid was at Stephen and Karen's wedding. That's when I met Anna's cousins. And I went up and shook his hand and said good day, and the first thing he said to me was, my daughter's going to marry a Māori. And we've been going out about 2 weeks.
He had no problem with my father, personally. It was the fact that he was Pākehā, you know.
Hei whakapapa. O tērā pēr te tino pūtake, o te oranga te tangata.
Kare au e mōhio, he hatana whakapapa. Ni ko tērā taku tino āwanga.
As soon as he had his first moko, you know, toots, like bang, you know, it didn't matter anymore.
We have really warmed to Joe, I have anyway, in the last year since they've been down here. I've really warmed to him. See now he looks after his...
Tēnō. Yeah, he's still got his Pākehā ways, but you know, I got my Māori ways too.
Tastes like bloody iodine.
My dad did compromise a lot, you know, to become part of a Māori family, you know, but I think he fell in love with it too. He wouldn't have stayed with my mum otherwise, you know. He made so many friends with my mum's family, you know, her cousins and stuff.
The main reason for coming down here was firstly a change of lifestyle and secondly to help my mum at the kura. Mihi mai ki a pipi.
I grew up, like, you know, with all the students, and just passed around as like a communal baby, really, I think.
Mehe mea ka mōhio te tamaiti, he tūnga tōna I roto I tēnei ao, ara ko tērā tūnga he tūnga Māori, ka mōhio ia, he Māori ia, he reo tōna, he tikanga tōna, ka tae ia ki te tū maia I roto I te tehi atu ao. Tū mai tō ringaringa mena ka pirangi tētahi o wenei miti.
We're living in the Vin. 4 boys go to the kura in Otaki. Miliana's got contract work, she's working from home. I just look after the kids in the household.
You know, I was really young, so I didn't really think of it as a step forward, you know, it was just going along with my family. I know that we moved there for a better opportunity. Well, the good thing about growing up in Otaki was it's very Māori orientated. So there's, you know, we went to whakatipuranga, rua mano, and, you know, like, there were Māori. So it was different, but it was, you know, it was still with our people.
Being away from home has been really hard, and away from my brothers and my sisters. It's hard to think about it, especially with mum and dad gone.
When we left here, we didn't plan on being away forever. It was always in the long-term plan we'd be back sometime. When? You don't know. Play it by ear, see what happens.
We moved back to Harataunga in 2008, the end of 2008 or start of 2009. My mum just really missed, you know, Harataunga, her family, and she did get a job opportunity at the kura as a principal.
Parite! Te mata!
Yeah, I think it was a no-brainer, really, I think, for her.
I like the pace of the place. It suits me rather fine.
You actually have to make your own fun, and that's what he does.
I spend heaps of time on my own. I don't ever get lonely, really. One of my choices for high school was going up to Kaitaia with my aunties. Another choice was Manaia, but I didn't want to go there. It's a wharekura. I didn't like it because it was like 3/4 of an hour away. I didn't want to travel. My mum wanted me to get homeschooled, but I didn't want to do that. I chose correspondence because I don't know why I chose it. It was just, yeah.
That's been the journey, really, to come back and live here and bring your family up and also try and establish some sort of work ethic here. But because of the nature of the place, you know, you actually have to be quite creative.
There isn't the employment opportunities.
There's a lot more out there. And so every now and then we have that conversation about what is it you want? He aha tō hia, ka wehe atu I te kura ka aha koe.
I don't know what I'm going to do when I'm 21. No, I don't want to go to university. A little bit of travel. Yeah.
I did take the initiative to leave school early because I thought, oh, you know, I've got my level 3s, I'll just leave. So I left. My first job was just waiting, you know, serving food and serving coffee and stuff. And from there, I just found a passion for cooking. So I just wanted to stay in the kitchen all the time. I wouldn't mind owning a small restaurant, producing the food that I think is good. You know, I do have a lot to learn before I get there. Me and Rian, we got together a couple of years ago.
I've known Uenuku since I was a little girl. We grew up in the bay together. Families were always around, so we always knew Whaimiriana.
She's lovely. You know, she's like the best thing that's ever happened to me.
He's awesome. Yeah, he really is. Yeah, just such a strong individual. You know, has lots of integrity, I think, and that's why I think I love him so much, yeah.
On my 21st, it was really nice. He had a wizarding theme, you know. I didn't really want it to be too formal, you know. So just lightened it up, lightened the mood with a bit of a theme.
And keep pulling until the knot is tight.
Is that right?
Pulling the knot tight, make sure not to lose the skinny end.
I am Hufflepuff. Nuku's Gryffindor, so a bit of rivalry there. He loves his Harry Potter.
I would love to show my aroha to everybody here, our papa kāinga. I didn't think I'd cry. Engari, he tangi aroha, he tangi harikua. This is what my mum and dad dreamed of. Not just her moko, but all my nieces and nephews. who all love each other and they bring us all together.
I don't think they had any expectations. I think they just wanted all of us to thrive. They'd just be supportive of whatever I did, you know, as long as I was working. They'd be happy even if I wasn't working and just helping out around the community or whatever, you know. I know it's a big thing for my dad to have a job and have a career, you know, so I've met his expectation, I think. And my mum, you know, if I'm not working or if I'm not doing anything, she just grab me by the ear and tell me to go up and do some work up at the house or something. So, yeah. Ko tōna kitenga mō ōku tuakana me taku taina kia ora ai roto i te reo Māori, te ao Māori. Te mea ko tērā te whakaaro o tōku kuia tai haere me tōku koraua irini maika kia noho tō rātou whānau ki roto i te ao Māori. You know, so in my eyes they've done a pretty damn good job. Ko ngā tāngata ka noho ki Harataunga, he mea nui, te mea he tūranga waiwai, kaha. You feel grounded, you know, a lot of people feel grounded being from here. At some points I want to be self-sufficient. I don't want to have a workaday life. I don't want to climb a corporate ladder. He mea nui te reo Māori ki ahau. Engari, ko te ao Māori, ko te Māori mea o ngā tikanga, te mea, tērā tōku ao.